Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you how to use C# in Visual Studio to display a message onto the console and allow the user to input some information and display the information plus a message. What you need to do is download Visual Studio to your laptop or your computer if you have one. And once you finish downloading it, you'll notice there's a little purple icon at the bottom. And this purple icon is the Visual Studio icon. If you double click that, you'll find that Visual Studio will open up. And once you have the open page of Visual Studio, at your top left hand corner, there's what you can click the file to create a new project. Now, what I use is the console. What we'll use is the console app.NET framework, of which we will save our file as a town one. Okay. So once we save that file, you automatically notice that the screen will change, and it will have a new project that will open up, and this is what file town1 looks like. Now, a static void main string is where the main code goes, and this is what is going to be displayed in the console as we create the code. So first of all, I'm going to declare a variable called a string variable called town. Use small letters so it's easier for us. And what we'll do is we'll give some instructions to the console. First of all, to clear the screen just in case there's anything on the screen. And sorry. And then secondly, tell the console to write or to ask, first of all, to greet the person that will be inputting the information, so our user in this case, dot write line. Now don't forget to use your inverted commas, because this is what is displayed. It just means that the console then just realizes this is a message that you want to display. And at the end you have your semicolon. The next thing we're going to do is tell the console to write again in line. So this then allows the console to jump onto the next line rather than writing it in the same line. In this case, ask the user a question. What town do you live in? Question mark. What we'll do is we'll create a space between the question mark and the inverted commas over there, just so that it creates a space at the end, and any information that is input at the end is not so close to the question mark. However, what's going to happen is we're going to then just tell the console to jump to the next line where our user is going to input the answer to the question we've asked them. So we're going to use the variable town to store the information the user is going to input. So what I do is say town. We want the console to read whatever the user has input, and from there we're then going to incorporate what the user has input plus a message to acknowledge that we have received, or we have identified what he has written or what they have written. So I'll use town, our variable town, plus the message is a lovely place to live in, full stop. And at the end we have our semicolon to end that instruction. Next thing we want to do is make sure the console outputs this information. So we're going to tell the console to read that information as well. And in the end we're going to use a semicolon. Now all this information will be displayed sequentially. And in order to test our program, we need to hit the start button, which is the little play button at the top. So once I do that, you notice that it will start to load the program, and a console will pop up onto the screen, which is a black box. Move it to the side so we can go through the information or the details of what I was writing down. So at the top there, you can see it's written hello. Hello is this over here, which we've told the console to write. The next line is what town do you live in, which is the next line we've told the console to display. And automatically it's jumped down to the next line where the cursor is bleeping and waiting for the user to input something. So in this case I'm going to input Wickham. And when I hit the enter button, you notice that the last bit will be displayed, which means town plus. So the town, which is what I put in, what the user put in, plus is a lovely place to live in, is displayed at the bottom. As you notice, the cursor has jumped down because it's asked we've asked it to read the line. So when I click or hit the enter button, the program ends because there's nothing else you're asking the console to do. And that's how you input and output some simple C# coding into Visual Studio. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.